How's it going, everyone? My name is DrapPep. Welcome to a brand new installment of this series. I had received a comment on YouTube, and I I wanted to read it. It's not very long. Do you plan on making a Q&A stream or video? Because I have some questions. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind reading questions and answering them on these episodes. The reason why I don't always encourage follow up comments is because I have a hard time keeping up on them, if not ever. I have comments I haven't replied to in months because YouTube has a really bad time with giving me notifications when comments come in. Every so often I'll get maybe one or two notifications that someone left a comment, and then YouTube will just never let me know about the others. I have to manually go and check. Now there's a community section on the YouTube studio where I can go and look at comments, and I try to respond to those comments, and for some reason they don't go through. So a lot of times when I respond to a comment, those replies don't go through. Sometimes not even the likes that I try to give. I try to give likes and the whole favorite the comment to sort of let you know that I read it. So if I don't get to your question, it's not because I'm trying to ignore you. It's because YouTube either did not let me see it, or when I try to reply to you, it just did not get sent. Now, I'm going to do my best to search for questions. I'm honestly am trying to do my best to keep on top of replying to comments, because I feel that if you took the time to leave a comment, I should take the time to reply to that comment as best as I can. And also, sometimes the video won't come out until maybe weeks, maybe days. But I don't want you to wait to hear a response. So what I try to do, I try to reply to the question as best as I can, and then wait until I make a more thorough response like this one, where I try to at least explain better with more words than I did in my comment. Because I'm sure no one wants to log into their account to read a dissertation of my reply to your question. I'm sure some people would rather just have a simple reply of like, yeah, that sounds good, I can do that, and wait until this video comes out. What I really enjoy about this idea of replying to comments like this, questions, is it gives me a chance to have more things to talk about. I keep running out of things. I've made a few videos about this where I'm struggling to come up with ideas. And of course, I'm not saying that I'm not putting any effort into coming up with ideas to talk about. I have been taking notes on my phone whenever I have ideas pop up, and I try to write them down. I've also been trying to a little bit journaling. And the reason why I'm journaling is to think back on the day of what everything happened, and trying to use important details about the day that was interesting to talk about. Now, my days aren't always interesting. So when I do remember something that was fascinating, either it was so short that the episode would not extend to the full 10 minutes, or maybe it was so not interesting that it would be too boring to talk about. But I am trying new approaches of coming up with things to talk about, and reading questions that everyone wants to ask me are, well, honestly, it's a very good way to talk about something. So yeah, I actually would love to do a sort of Q&A in this series, where if I see questions, or even just an interesting comment, really, if I see a comment that I really liked, really enjoyed, I would like to maybe, read the comment and add it to this series. I also know that a lot of people don't want their usernames in the video. Some of you might. So I'm going to do my best to just stick to the comments that was sent to me and not so much uh, blast your username all throughout the internet. A lot of people feel more comfortable with privacy to not be perceived. And I want to respect that privacy. I also don't want to show how long back ago those comments were, because like I said, I have comments I have not replied to in months. This particular one, it was 8 days. I didn't get around to it for quite a while. And it's not just comments, by the way. I also have a hard time replying to text messages or Snapchats or Discords. If you leave me a message, you might as well just assume you sent me letters in the mail. Like, that reply is going to get back to you in 6 to 7 business days. But I really do enjoy the idea of answering questions that come in. There's a few things I want to lay out. Try to make the questions appropriate. I don't want to read out questions that are too graphic or cover taboo subjects or, anything that would get me demonetized. Not that I'm being monetized, but I don't want to make this edgy, and I don't want to make this cursed or taboo. So my only thing I'm asking for is to just be respectful. Ask questions, any question you want, but try not to make it something that I'm going to regret reading out loud. Try not to make it something where I can have fun answering also. There's this bit of an off-topic thing, but there's this thing where when I started doing YouTube, I thought to myself, the only way that I know that I've made it is if I had a Wikipedia page. And since then, I don't want one. When I started YouTube, I was so excited to the idea of like a Wikipedia page made about me. And of course, there's a lot of people who are like, well, why don't you make one? Make one for yourself. No, because then it's not fair. I don't want to make one for myself. I'd rather have someone else make it. And then I realized, wait a minute. People could put whatever they want in that, can't they? There's people who monitor it and they want sources of what was said. But what if those sources were taken out of context? Oh no. So that lately I haven't been so excited about the idea of a Wikipedia page made about me. Not to mention, if you go on Wikipedia and you look it up, they specifically say you had to have done something worth noting, right? You had to have achieved something for the page to exist. You can't just make one just because you felt like it. You have to actually have, like, maybe a book you've written. Okay, well, you could have a Wikipedia page because you wrote a book. Or maybe if you were in a movie or a TV show or, something worth making a Wikipedia page over. I have actually been in a short film. I voice acted in a short film that went to the film festival, and I also edited that. I also was a part of several different sketches with other people, with other content creators, and I've also been involved with different podcasts. This was like a resume all of a sudden. Why am I trying to convince people to make a Wikipedia page about me? Oh, also, by the way, I used to compete in Yu-Gi-Oh! And, I was also, in the Anime Expo. I need to stop. I'm making this worse. I need to stop what I'm doing right now. The thing is why I'm bringing this up is I know for a fact people are going to use this series as a way of keeping track of everything I'm saying and using it as a source for the Wikipedia page. And my only thing I want to say is please be gentle. Please don't make the Wikipedia page curse. Please, I'm begging you, don't do that. Don't be going on there and being like, his most hated nickname is Draddy, and he loves bread, and it's banana time with this guy. Please, no, no. Don't do that. But as far as leaving questions in the comments for me to answer, yes, that I would love to do that. That's going to be it for this episode. I hope all of you are enjoying this series as much as I'm having fun making it, and I want to thank all of you for tuning in.